The title, Snow Country Prison, comes from one of my father's haiku poetry that he wrote while he was incarcerated here. My parents were removed from their home in March of 1942 and eventually transferred to multiple incarceration sites. And my parents spoke out about the injustice of their incarceration, and my father particularly opposed the drafting of Japanese American men out of the prison camp to fight for democracy in Europe. And so he was charged with sedition and sent here to Bismarck, North Dakota, which was called Fort Lincoln at the time. There was a lot of mythology about the prisoners being held here, and there were trees that the Japanese American prisoners had planted. And one student said that there were ghosts that wandered around, and that when the wind blew on these trees, it sounded like somebody was crying. And so there was actually a healer that would come every once in a while and bless those trees. And so when I heard stories like that, I felt like the memory of their presence was really being protected and honored by the people here, just out of their basic goodness. And we started having some conversation about how do we incorporate this story to be told. And really, it was so moving that the Native American folks wanted to adopt the story as resonant of their own. And so the conversation began about how do we tell the story in perpetuity. So we thought some kind of monument would be good. And I have to tell you that when they offered this area of land for a monument for my father and the 2,000 other men that were held here, I cried, because I thought, of all people to share land that had been taken from them, to honor my people, it was like the most incredible gift a person could have. Especially in today's climate, where our histories are at risk of being erased and scrubbed from libraries and museums, and where monuments are being questioned and many of them taken down. We spent several months talking about what former internees that we had brought earlier would want included, and one of the things was their story had been erased so much that we all decided it'd be important to have their names. And today, part of the ceremony will include a recitation of all of their names. For the ceremony today, there will be Native American drummers and Japanese American drummers, and they have worked together to do a shared piece together. So that symbolically seals our relationship of honoring our traditions and our true history. The current administration's policies and practices demonizing and the same language that was used for us, deportation, indefinite detention, mass removal, without due process. And of course, the Native people have suffered extreme forms of genocide and have been rounded up and incarcerated. My father was an American citizen, and a good percentage of the men that were brought here, and all of us that were in the prison camps, the 110 prison camps across the country during our incarceration, we were American citizens. We never committed a crime except to have the face of the enemy.